Were, but I'm not excited about anything. So,
Mute
huh?
and wait.
Can you
Okay, I'm back.
can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Sorry. I put it on mute. I forgot. Sorry.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I was excited to begin with, but to be honest with you, I am so exhausted that I don't even want to drive as far as it takes me to get to you, and it's not far. So at the
No, it's
moment,
okay.
I just yeah, and
I saw you last week in person anyway, so I feel I've had my.
I definitely want to come in person from now on. It's just that this nightmare of an assignment, I worked on it until okay, I've been so stressed out and just so all over the place, and so down on myself, that I wasn't coping, and I kept crying and I kept having these breakdowns. And what's today? Thursday. So on Tuesday, I on Tuesday, I don't know, I had another breakdown and I cried and fucking whatever. And then I decided to just push through, and I worked on it until nearly 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I know. I did. It was either go to sleep and then wake up and then be like fresh and absolutely intensely emotional, unable to think straight, or by that point I was numb because I'd had a full breakdown of crying. I'd vaped some weed, I took some Valium, and I ate some dinner, and it was like I literally just couldn't. It was like I couldn't walk away. I had to keep going, and
Okay.
so
Done?
it's finished, but it's not done. I've been working on it while waiting for you to come online. It's I'm just doing like the final read throughs. You know what I mean? Just so I'm currently 55 words over in the bulk of it. So in the big scheme of things, not bad, because I'm usually like hundreds of words over. So
Well, you get a 10% window for most of the time anyway.
no, that's including the 10% window. So it's 2,200 including the 10%, and as it stands, it's 2,255. But that's not here nor there. Same with the abstract. I just checked online and it was like ABA 7 is 250 for the abstract, and then I checked the actual what we've been given and it says 200. So I'm over by about 15. So again, it's not enough to break me. So I mean, that's good, I guess. I'm just past it all, truthfully. But I don't know, like yesterday.
Means to an end, Liv. Means to an end.
Yeah, I know, but it's like I don't understand why this is happening. Like, we're all aware that I've just fully accepted that I was kidding myself this entire time. So why am I still fucking dealing like this? Like, I don't understand why I'm having absolute breakdowns over something that doesn't even matter.
Because it still matters to you. So everything you do, you try to do well. You know that. Like, when is the last time that you were like, yeah, I think I'll give my mediocre effort? Woo!
Never. I don't recall ever doing that, ever. Because I feel like if I don't get it exactly as well as I can, then I'm failing. And it's bullshit, because yesterday I completely fucking did what I always did. And I just sunk into this, like, I mean, obviously I went to bed at like 6 o'clock in the morning, so I didn't get out of bed until like 4 yesterday afternoon. And I was just so sad. I was sad and I was exhausted and obviously pain, and it just all fed into each other. And even though I genuinely really love my life, the suicidal thoughts and the self-harm urges still there. They're still there. And it's like, I don't want to act on any of them, but I also don't want to have to fucking deal with them either.
So there are times, like, it's a coping strategy that you've had for years, how you got through hard times. And when the chips are down, all the old coping strategies, good or bad, are going to come up because you've got to get through it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you have to choose them, as you haven't done. It doesn't mean that you have to give them an audience, but the truth is, coping strategies happen.
I didn't act on them.
It's like smoking cigarettes. Many years later, lifestyle changes, obviously age, all those things, like education, smoking's bad. Still, when things are super shit, you think, oh, I wish I had a cigarette. Or when your friends goes out for a cigarette and you're like, oh, I could go. Like, it's the same thing.
I know. I know, you're completely right, because, you know, I go on and off again with smoking all the time. I didn't even finish the last packet I bought. There's like one emergency one in my house for like you just said, in case of emergencies. But I don't even want it.
Here.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you don't always want it. And there are times that you absolutely do. And it is, I think in this instance, okay, by having the cigarette there, you're probably more likely to smoke it. But at the same
funnily
time,
enough, I had 2 left as emergencies, and like you just said, I went to smoke the second last one, and I had like 2 puffs, and I was like, this is utterly disgusting, what am I doing? And got rid of it.
Or you pick up the cigarette as your emergency one, you're like, oh, I can't smoke my last emergency cigarette.
Well, there's that
so you
too.
don't smoke it, and then it goes moldy in your cupboard.
I'm feeling better today because, like, I've got my friends at uni.
Largely accomplished.
Yeah, like, I obviously, like, you know, I sent it to a friend to read through, obviously, because a fresh set of eyes is helpful. And I was just so afraid yesterday that I couldn't even bring myself to look at any of it. So I completely avoided everything. And anytime one of my friends mentioned the assignment to me, because I've got a friend who's, why isn't he coming? Soon is a friend of mine that's got the same extension as me, yeah? And it only happened when you picked up your water bottle, so I don't know what's wrong with your computer, but it's crazy. It's so weird, eh? But anyway, so they were asking, and I was just like, no, not talking about it. I know if I look at it, I'm going to absolutely flip out. I'm going to cry. It's absolute shit. And like every single possible word, negative thing you can imagine was obviously going through me. And I do now see that it was obviously heightened by the fact that I was like unbelievably exhausted. Like, and in pain and all of that. And then like when I opened it this morning and started reading through it, I was pleasantly surprised, I will say, because when I did start working through it, I was like, it's actually not bad. Like, it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was. Like, because obviously the last time I saw it was like nearly 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Like my videos for yesterday, the first one is like 2:11 in the morning, and the second one is like 4:36 in the morning, and even then I couldn't close the computer down until I was at the point where I was like, okay, I have a full draft. It's there. All I need to do is cut words. So I'm definitely not feeling nearly as bad as I was, which is good.
Good, because you shouldn't. Because you have, when you read it today, was it the one that your friend had read as well?
Yeah.
Like, did it have comments on it?
A couple, but only just simple stuff like, you know, like I didn't know we can't use, like, I was using like abbreviations in the abstract and just, just like nothing that would be considered collusion. Let's put it that way. It was very.
No, you can, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, opening it today might have had some think then talk extra anxieties because you had some judgment from someone else who you care about and respect.
Yeah, and I literally used the words to my friend going, oh my God, I'm going to be brave and open it because I'm actually fucking like scared. Like yesterday I was shitting myself. I was like, I can't look at it. I literally can't look at it. Like the fear and the anxiety and the overwhelm of even opening my computer put me in tears yesterday.
Okay.
But yeah, like, to be honest with you,
got brave, opened it, not as bad as you thought. All that tears and anxiety and overwhelming distress for invalid reasons.
I know, and I'm really focusing on, you know, opposite action, checking the facts, doing all of that. And yesterday, I think, because I was freaking out, yeah, and it then sort of hit me, and I guess this I want to talk to you about is, it's like I literally have to keep reminding myself that I'm not able-bodied. I've been on disability for a reason. Like, like, I have pushed myself to the point where my levels of pain are so far past excruciating, I haven't been able to take, now yesterday and today not counted up until I did it, I haven't been taking less than 80 milligrams of Oxy a day. It's fucking too much. Like, I don't want to be taking those kind of meds like that. Bless you.
Sorry.
I'm trying to apologise for sneezing, woman. But
It like came out of nowhere. What?
always love talking to you. I was so nervous about that email, Like, I wrote it, just like I said in the group. I wrote it, I walked away, I came back, I made sure it was like wise mind.
The same thing with your friend reading your thing. Like, you're anticipating a response which isn't really valid. So when you did check the facts, you do think about things. You think, we'll use your friend as an example. Will my friend give me horrific, terrible feedback and be disrespectful or dismissive or judgy about my assignment? No, they're your friend. And if they had real concerns about it, like genuine, like, oh my God, Liv, concerns, then they would call you and be like, hey, let's do it together.
Yeah.
Because they care about you.
And you're right. You're 100% right. It's this
And telling me
shit.
something like that, like, what are you going to tell? Like,
I
fine,
thought
okay.
you were going to be, like, and this is in my head, and obviously it's all happening around this school shit, yeah, but, like, when...
Also, I'm going to do the group today because you're not wrong.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad, right? Because I'll be honest with you, I think you might have even been in there when I did it. I was so past it last week. I had my phone open next to me when we were going through that stupid list of shit, yeah? No offense.
Oh, the list is the standardized list.
Oh, that's what I mean. I know it's a standardized list and all that shit, but, you know.
It's really go hunting.
I know. Stay on a diet. That's the one that's got me the most. I'm like, okay, I haven't been on a diet, but sure, you're telling me that's a good idea. Let's do that. Though, in all fairness, I have actually put on quite a bit of weight because I get so fucking stoned and then I eat so much crap to the point where I've now...
1 week ago. 1 week ago I saw you. You have not put on, not.
Well, I think last week is the same as this week.
Compared to pre-COVID, same lady.
I'm not saying I'm fat. Let's just clarify that. I'm just saying I've put on weight.
Same lady. Like, you don't look any different. You look the same, and in fact, maybe even a bit younger. Like,
really? Because I obviously only see my bullshit, and I see my chin, and I see my tummy, and do you know what I did? I gave all the junk food in my house to my neighbor. I was like, Andrew, I need you to help me. And he's like, what do you need? And I'm like, see all this? This is what I'm struggling with. So I put the whole lot of it in a bag and said, take it away from me. Take it away.
Go and buy a cookie. It's okay. And give some to your dog as long as they don't have chocolate. Because chocolate is
I'm still tempted to get my McDonald's for dinner because that was my treat after therapy. And technically I'm still doing therapy.
Technically, you're in therapy.
Exactly.
What do you get at McDonald's? Because, like...
The meat plant burger is delicious.
I was like, do they even have vegetarian food?
Yeah, it's brand new. I sure as shit hope they keep it because it's so fucking delicious.
Is it gross or good?
It's delicious. It's
Really?
When I first tried it, I got 4 back to back in 3 days. That's how much I liked it. I was just like, oh my God, because I haven't eaten McDonald's in over 5 years, obviously.
It taste like, and I'm sorry to ask.
Yeah, no, it tastes exactly like
meat.
Yeah, it tastes like it, absolutely. To the point where
I have a lot of vegetarian friends who don't eat it because it does taste like meat.
I didn't quit meat because I didn't like the taste of meat. I quit meat because my higher self started making me sick because it didn't align with my values. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's absolutely fucking delicious. Truthfully, I wish they'd start using those patties in the other ones so then I could have a fake meat Big Mac. That would be lovely.
Oh, you should ask them, but I think the sauce for Big Mac might have some other things in it.
Oh, no, the burger's not vegan, it's vegetarian. And I've decided since I eat eggs now, which was like 1.5 years in the making of whether I cannot eat eggs or not. But I'm good with where I'm at in that sense. But
does the Big Mac have an egg in it?
No, I'm just saying in general, like I was full vegan for a long time, but I was in a dilemma with the eggs because I wanted to eat eggs. And like I said, it's all this moral high self, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Anyway, but
Can I ask a very unrelated, probably inappropriate question?
There's nothing inappropriate when it comes to me, so go ahead.
Well, it's totally irrelevant to your therapy. I'm just interested, which makes it problematic.
Don't just ask.
What do you feed your dog?
Oh, yeah, he gets meat because he can be a vegan, but
he can't be.
Oh, he absolutely can be, yeah. Cats can't. Cats are 100% carnivores. They absolutely need meat. They'll be sick without it. Dogs, on the other hand, yeah, no, they can definitely be vegan. Very, absolutely, completely fine. It's just that it involves an awful lot of preparation and home cooking and buying the right nutrients and the blah, blah, blah. And I don't like cooking for myself. So Boss just gets normal Boss dog food, truthfully.
Thanks. Anyway, I mean, yeah, thanks.
Oh no, you should see the people who go up in arms about people whose dogs are vegan. It's like, do some research, you dickhead. It's not
I
dangerous
didn't
or
even know
bad
that
at
that was
all.
an option. Like, I thought dogs ate, like, I
Cats,
don't
yeah,
have a dog,
have to
but
be.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Dog food.
Oh, just buy the normal dog food, don't you? Yeah, for sure. I do have to go to the
Pedigree?
pharmacy though. Honestly, I get what's on sale, truthfully. But I
Oh,
just fed Sebastian yesterday, and I've
what did you
actually.
just say? Sorry.
Well, at Sebastian, he's huge. He eats rabbits, remember? I just fed my snake a rabbit this fucking big yesterday.
Seriously?
I'm always serious. Yes, seriously.
How does,
Snakes can
I'm
dislocate
like,
their jaws. I will send you a video.
no, do not snake so big. That's a pass.
I actually have.
That's a no.
I've actually called the pet store where I take Boss for like baths and all that stuff, and said to them, "Look,
How big is Sebastian?
too big to the point where I now need to find someone to adopt him. Too big for
Oh
me now.
no.
Yeah, I
What
got him.
kind? He's a python, yeah?
Yeah, he's not poisonous or anything, but he's like 9 foot long, and his fucking width is bigger than my arm. Like,
How do you carry him? Does he get, like, live in his house, or does he get
no,
around
no,
your
he's,
house?
he's in his enclosure, but it's not fair for him to be in there, and he needs to
Because
be
he's too
brought
big for
out
his
more
home.
and more and more. No, it'd be fine if I just took him out daily, but he's too big, and I live by myself. I need someone with me for just safety purposes, you know?
Oh my god, I had never even considered. Oh my god.
And he is so big now to the point where I look at him and I think, I love you, you're my baby, but unless there's somebody actually with me, I can't take him out. He's that big. Yeah. So I'm looking for someone to adopt him. Your children would love him, I reckon.
It just no.
Mhm.
They would not. They would not. They would not. My
Uh,
children know mommy is scared of snakes.
yeah. I'm definitely not scared of them, obviously, but even as an owner of a snake, and I've had him for like 18 years, right? He is
He's 18 years old. How long do snakes live?
uh, 25 plus
This is good
years.
therapy today, isn't it? What do you feed your dog? Tell me about your snake.
Well,
But at the
it's
same time, like, you know how I'm terrified of snakes? Little small fry tells me the other day, Mom, I want to watch this thing on Disney Plus, World's Deadliest Snakes. And
oh
he
my
just starts
god,
to cackle like a crazy small child. And I'm just like, you're mean.
that's awesome.
He's
Your
like, you're
kids
gonna
are
be
so
scared.
cute. That picture you showed me, oh, that was absolutely adorable. I hope you get it like blown up and framed and put somewhere in your house.
Yeah, probably.
It's pretty good. That's what I'd be
We
doing.
have probably running out of walls.
Oh, that's cute.
Don't ever hurt a cow.
To be honest with you, besides talking about what happened yesterday, which, like I said, I've gotten past it and I'm getting better at getting past it myself, I actually I had like a specific thing I wanted to talk to you about because it's, I don't know, so this whole ADHD stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
So, you know how sometimes, oh my God, so cute, yeah, like, pictures like that make me think, oh, children, they're so cute, but I just wouldn't be able to deal with how much energy they take.
I haven't slept for a few days.
Yes, no, I don't doubt that at all. Your computer is so weird. As soon as you put something in front of it, the echoing starts. Yep. And then as soon as you move it, the echoing stops. Don't do that. I've got people watching this shit, you woman. All right. So
I'll
with
keep it away.
with ADHD, like it's mind fucking me, to put it nicely. So with everything else that I've been diagnosed with, I can wrap my head around it.
Yes.
With ADHD, I can't. With ADHD, it's like I've become confused about who I am as a person in comparison to what I do that's related to ADHD. So, like, like sometimes I will say something to you and you'll be like, oh yeah, but that's the ADHD in you. And I'm just like, I don't fucking know what's this in me. Like, obviously the stuff on the walls, all my notes, I didn't have a clue about that until you told me. I've been reading, other people with ADHD, and they're saying things like ADHD people are the people who overshare. Like, apparently oversharing is a symptom of ADHD. I did not know that. Here's one that I had never thought of, because I thought it was just my really quirky personality, but now I'm starting to think it might be ADHD. When I'm by myself at home, which, let's face it, is 98% of the time, and let's face, like, yes, I have my moments, exhaustion all adds into it, but generally speaking, I truly feel like I'm in the best place in my life. Like, overall, I'm happy.
I think you're more clear about who you are.
Yeah.
And when you have a sense of identity and direction, you can kind of tolerate deviations better. Like, things will happen and you'll be like, that's okay, because this is me and I'm safe and I know. And
100%.
I'm still me. You know, when it's raining, it's raining. When it's sunny, it's sunny. I'm still me, and I can choose what I do and what I wear and what I do. And that helps us quote. Oh, look, I did a weather analogy. Helps us weather the storm. See?
You're fun. Oh.
Look, I'm on fire because I've had caffeine.
Oh, yeah. I have to have 3 coffees back to back in the morning just to wake up, and people are like, really? And I'm like, I don't know, that's just my normal. So, yeah. But
I'm around 3 a day now. I've managed to.
I wouldn't have less than 6 coffees a day, I would think.
Oh my gosh, I think over
And
5
then-
is
and
technically
then
a dependency.
Would add, yeah, but I don't even think it helps in the fact of, like, I've got, all these,
Tolerance.
yeah, I have a full
I'm 40
tolerance
years
to
old.
coffee.
Tolerance.
It's better than, it could be worse, I figure. But so this thing that I do, right? And
Yes,
I don't know, is it, you know how sometimes when something gets pointed out to you, it's almost as if the knowledge of knowing can enhance it. So, for example, in my everyday to day life, when I'm happy and I'm bubbly and I'm being me, which is most of the time these days,
Yes.
I literally sing and rhyme absolutely everything out loud to myself and my dog, to the point where when I think about these stories I want to tell on stages, it's like I'm gonna be,
It's like a pantomime.
it is like my ability to rhyme and sing almost everything is becoming better and better and better, because it's all the time without fail. The only 2 days I can tell you I haven't done it in the last however long would be today and yesterday, because I've been, either yesterday I was sound asleep, most of it, and today I've been working on my assignment. But honestly to God, I can't
That's
think
great.
of a
That's
day.
happening. Let's start with what's the problem with that, Liv?
There's no problem whatsoever. It's more of a, is this an ADHD thing? Because I also make these random noises, like just randomly, like humming along, or it's literally like I cannot be quiet. Like I have this vibration inside of me that has to let out sounds or songs or rhymes or something, because physically being quiet, it's like an actually impossible thing for me to do. And it's like, it's not a bad thing. It's a, is this a me or an ADHD thing? And I get that the answer doesn't really change anything.
Me or an ADHD thing? That's not really a thing. Is it a me thing? Yes, because it's you who has ADHD as well. So ADHD in itself, like it's a bit like, let's move away from the concept of it being a disorder that we need to treat, and let's use it as a lens into how you interact with the world. It's much like, but different to an autism lens. Okay?
Well, I told you I think I'm on that spectrum, and you said I'm not, because I swear to God, I have so many things about me, like sarcasm, over my head. Just all the fucking time.
You often respond well to sarcasm when I do it.
Maybe because I'm used to you. Without fail, if someone says to me something that my brain thinks could be real, I will just automatically believe it. There's no one part of me that goes, oh, this person could be being sarcastic. I'm like Sheldon on The Big Bang. I literally have to be like, bazinga, before I know what the fuck someone's telling me.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's look at it like, okay, we have a lens in which to see the world. Also, autism not a disorder. It's just a way of interacting with the world.
I'm not thinking of them as disorders. I'm just trying to get my brain to make shit sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's not, is it me or my ADHD talking? Is it me or autism talking? It's me.
Yeah.
And so, okay.
But do you know what I mean? Like, so there are so many things that I'm starting to discover that people with ADHD do that say others don't. And it you make it sound like it's a nothing thing.
At the diagnostic criteria, have you ever read them?
I'm a psych student. Of course I have.
Okay. So when you do that, does it connect?
Honestly, not until now. Every time I've read like this, I've been told before people think I've got ADHD. I used to be like, no, fucking no, over and over again. I don't know. It was like, well, I don't know. If you want to run through them again, that'd be good, because I don't fully remember them. Yes, I'm hyperactive. I'm bouncing like an energy buddy most of the fucking time, for sure. Yes, I struggle to stay focused. Hours and hours go by. I'm now referring to it as lost time. I'm losing time, and that is how it feels. Like, I'll sit at my desk for the day. Let's say I'm at my desk 6 to 8 hours trying to do schoolwork, and the amount I've actually achieved, not even a little bit, maybe 2 hours. And it's like, what's happened? Where am I? I know I've been doing stuff. Where's the time going?
Okay, so you fidget quite a bit.
I know. I've got toothpicks next to me trying to fidget.
Difficulty starting tasks, but once you start them, you do follow through.
Yeah, I have to, especially when it comes to uni, for example.
Do you avoid things that you think, like if you have to make a phone call to someone who you haven't talked to for too long, do you think, it's going to take a bit of extra effort? Do you try to avoid that?
No, but that's probably because
that's
probably because I don't talk to many people, Okay. So in that sense, I'm all good.
You do, and I don't mean this negatively, but you do talk a lot.
I know.
And you are extremely energetic.
Yeah.
Despite your physical health, pain management stuff. Do you I haven't seen you for a long time in person other than last week. Do you are you a bit restless? Do you wiggle around
constantly? I'm getting restless leg syndrome. I'm having to use this magnesium stuff on my body. I feel like my body is so wound up with tension. It's just making everything else harder to do. So
you... I think, was it last time you talked about interrupting?
Oh, yeah, I still do it. I had an interview with a potential client for a support worker, which I will find out tomorrow if I've gotten or not. So, I mean, I am telling myself what will be, but it would be absolutely perfect. 15 hours a week. He lives less than 15 minutes away from me, and he basically just wants a friend. And because of all of my training, I was so nervous because we're meant to have these meet and greets. A meet and greet's meant to be 20 minutes. I've not had a meet and greet that goes for less than 45 because, let's face it, as you said, I talk a lot. So we had this conversation on Sunday, me and this gentleman. And because I'm now doing this for myself under an ABN, which I've never done before, we had this amazing conversation. He was like, he goes, I really just want to hire you now. He's like, but... He goes, I have had other people respond. He goes, so I'm going to, see what they think, and that's fine. And I was thinking about negatively until last night. It hit me, and I was like, hold on, he's just doing exactly what I do. When I need someone, if I meet someone and have this fantastic rapport and everything sounds perfect, I'm still the person who will go and check everything else, almost in a way to show me that I have done my homework, I have done everything, and then when I make the decision of who I go with, I know it's not an impulsive decision.
It's the same thing that you did when you had the dogs, same thing.
Exactly. So I mean, in that sense, but honestly, because of the with the amounts that we can charge, obviously, because thankfully it's on this platform that I'm not going to mention because I'm recording, but I'd done this Zoom meeting for this setting it all up and that, because I didn't know what I was doing. And they explained how all the charges work, and like this middle platform people take 10% of what I've got, and then the client has to pay 5% less to me than what they can pay in total, because that's like a barrier that they pay to the middleman. Anyway, we got to the end of this amazing conversation. Just like I said, he was so happy. I was so happy. He thought the butterflies on my wall were just like the sign that it's, you know. Plus, we also both attend, or I have attended. He's like, oh, I'm going to go to the spirituality church because it was a Sunday thing. He goes, I really want to learn about spirituality. He goes, I don't like organized religion. And I was like, wow, you're speaking my language. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go to this church. I found it. And then again, I did interrupt him at this point. And I was like, are you talking about the spirituality church in blah, blah, blah? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, oh my God, I love those people. I've been there. They do healing. They do this, they do that. And he's like, so you'd want to come with me? And I'm like, absolutely, I would. Yeah. And I was so nervous to say the rates to him, because they're rates that reasonable. They're better than reasonable as far as I'm concerned. And I told him, and
they're a funded body. You don't decide the rates. There's a price guide.
Oh, I had it with me, the price guide, and I had it all printed out. And I said to him, look, I haven't had a chance to finish working them out. I said to him, look, I'm a university student. I've been working on this assignment. My profile online isn't even finished. My rates aren't listed. And I said to him, are you okay while I quickly work it out minus the 5%? He's like, yeah, that's fine. So I did that while with this man. And then I told him, and he's like, oh, absolutely, totally fine. That's all good. And I'm just going, oh my God, this is unbelievable. So if it's meant to be, it will be. But again, I did interrupt him. And yes, I need to figure out how not to, but
you could do a follow-up call.
I've already followed up, because I told him about because he wants to do things like going out for dinners, going to the movies, going to all these things that will include me having to pay for myself for entry. So I explained to him, there's a companion card, this is how, and he goes, he's already got a support worker. So basically he wants one every day, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, his current worker used to work through the same platform that I've gone through. Then she stopped. She's gone private. She has her own business. But she has so many clients on like every day. And I said to him, look, if you decide to work with me, I said, you will be my only client. If we agree to this, I said, my profile will be removed from being visible, because I literally only want one. That's it. That's so max for me. And then we started talking about the companionship card and what that entails. And he was like, I didn't even know this was a thing. No one's ever mentioned it before, blah, blah, blah. So I told him I would look into it in my own time and then send it through. And that is exactly what I did. I looked at it into my own time. So I went to there's obviously the emails and the chats and whatever it is. So I sent through all the information I had found. And he responded on Tuesday night, thanking me greatly for going the extra mile to do all of this. And he said he has a couple of people he wants to interview, but he'll know by Friday and he'll let me know. So like I said, exactly, if it's meant to be, it will be. But yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, it was good. Like, I was excited, and the idea of having someone to it's literally being paid to be somebody's friend. And let's face it, we all know that I want to make a new friend. Yeah. So anyway,
it also works in so many ways, but it has to be the right thing, noting the professional boundaries and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I know that in the past there's been some challenges with other people who you've been involved with. And I think the dynamics, it's about setting that scene early and knowing where you were at with you and your life.
Yeah, another thing that's different from that, because obviously I know what you're talking about, and I've the boundaries that I've learned are massive. Like, I'm very, very aware of how important they are. But since that till now, I've also since been trained in peer support lived experience. So I'm actually trained how to be able to do that.
That first guy, who I don't want to use his name.
What was it? Yeah. So, say that again, but don't say the name. You do, what? So I've had my first client, my very first client who I saw when I met you. He and I are we still get along. Like we still message.
Maybe it's not the first one. Second one?
The second one, yeah, no, that one, because I was like, he absolutely can't know about my websites, things like that. There's no way I would tell him. Obviously, I wouldn't tell anyone in a sport environment kind of thing. But I even said to this gentleman, I was like, look, I said, I have a lot of lived experience. I said, should you wish to know, I said, you can let me know as we get to know each other, right? But no, I'm very aware of what not to do based on fucking it up in the past. So, yeah, no, I've learned those lessons big time.
No, not based on fucking it up in the past. Based on experience and growth and learnings.
Oh, your way of putting it's a lot better than mine. I will give you that.
It's called positive reframing.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. And you're right, because I have realised that I'm doing this whole preempting what the next person is going to say, because I know that's what I used to do, because two therapists before you had said it to me, right? This is what you're constantly doing. You're preempting what the next person is saying, yeah?
Which means you're not listening to what they are saying.
Well, more so like with the email I sent you. I made a video about it, obviously, and I was like, I'm absolutely sure she's going to try and convince me that I'm wrong and that I should stay. And oh, look at that. You didn't do that.
Why would I think even if I totally disagreed with you, I'm still going to be respectful of your decisions. Yeah, you're an adult.
But you're my therapist. If you totally disagree with me.
And my job to be your therapist is about to support you to make good decisions for you. And if I disagreed with you, I'd say, would you please consider this, this, and this, and how it might benefit you. But if you that would be it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't think you'd yeah, no, that's what I mean, yeah.
You have to go. No, you don't. It's okay.
Oh, no, I didn't think that.
I don't think that maybe me historically doing groups doesn't help. Maybe me not doing groups for you would be important. But what you find, the dynamic in the room, the one of the things that we wanted for you was for you to have connections to people. And unfortunately, the people who we wanted you to connect with weren't able to attend and have had to withdraw for their own reasons.
So I haven't even met them, because I was like, why would you think I'd be connecting with the people I have met? The only people I'd be able to connect with would actually B1 and B2. Like, those two I like.
No, there's other people who, unfortunately, we've had to take out for different reasons.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
There were like 11 people involved. And
okay then. I did not realise that. Yeah. And I do like group therapy. It's just that when we talked about it, we didn't talk about any of the details. It was when B1 called me that she explained it all. And I remember thinking, 2 hours? How is that enough? But obviously I'm comparing it to the last one I've done, which went for like 7 hours.
Day programs. Yeah, day programs.
Totally different.
Yeah. But I think also like lots of worksheets.
I've got the worksheets. I can read through them.
It's a style thing. Everybody's entitled to their own style, and they will grow into their own style as well.
I think they would be fine. Like, I just guess this is enough for me.
And I think B1 and B2 are going to be very good therapists.
Oh, absolutely they will be, for sure.
In a while.
Yes.
All right now.
I saw you trying to, like, poach B2, and then I was like, I wonder if she wants it for B1 as well. And then I was like, stop thinking about that. It's not up to me. But, like, yeah.
What do I want to do with B1?
Well, because we were talking about how you poached your manager, and then you were talking about it with B2, and then you were like, oh, maybe I'll try it with her. And then I'm like, I wonder if you feel like that about both the provisional people or not. So it was just amusing to me in that sense.
I think that there's very clearly one of them who fits very well with my personality, and the other one who I think is going to be really great, but is just a bit different from me.
Yeah,
different, not being problematic.
That's what I thought.
But and I think that's yes,
no, absolutely.
they both complement very well. One I totally understand, and one I listen to more. And I think no, that's what I got too. She'll probably teach me things too.
Yeah, no, I just was curious to know if I'd, like, read that right, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have, so I was just interested.
One's like a little mini-me.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, like...
That's a good thing. Like, you're fantastic.
The same thing as what I was, but she's, like, a few years older than I was when I was at that point, and, like, same.
Yeah, I get it.
I remember trying too hard, too.
Yeah.
And I was like, stop teaching I said, stop teaching the textbook and teach the experience.
Yes, good advice. I hear you. So, and like
So
I
I'm
feel,
going to group with them today, and I'm going to let them run it, but I'm going to push it.
have you told them I'm not coming?
Yes.
How did they react?
I didn't. I just told them that that's the decision that we had come to together, and I didn't ask them.
Oh, that's cool.
was
Fair
like,
enough.
This is what's happening.
No, I
And
was
they were
just
like,
curious.
oh. And I was like, okay. And I walked off. I don't think I asked them. Oh,
No, that's
maybe I
cool.
should.
I was just curious. Like, if anyone in the group says anything, obviously I just want them to know, like, it's nothing personal. I just didn't find it a fit
No.
for me, you know?
Yeah, and I think that I think they're not a good fit for you. The people in the group.
I
in
was
the room now.
becoming so triggered as soon as I got there, and I was like, this
It was
is
before they even
helping?
started. Yeah, it was not for you. And you know, not in group and the pressures of not doing that today, your presentation is very different.
I'm feeling
So
good.
when
Once,
the time is right for you in a different setting, in a different fit, in a different group, in a different dynamic, we could try again.
absolutely.
But this one is not for you.
Yeah, because I think that's what I was worried about when I sent the email, because I didn't want it to look like I thought, oh, I don't need group. Like, I still am very open to it, for sure. Just,
It's
yeah.
yeah. I think.
Do you want to hear something funny? So, as I explained to the group last week, though, and they thought it might have been the week before, and because you know how yesterday I said I got cranky and sad, and I sort of said something to my friend, and it's my friend and I that we clash with. Every time I get sad, he'll respond in a very logical way, and I don't like his logical responses, so I get even more mad.
Validation of emotion.
Yeah, and that's what happens. I get sad, I talk to him, he responds logically, and then I get cranky at his logical response, and then I'm like, don't talk to me. And he's like, and I just,
Okay.
so I just stopped responding, turned the phone to silent and put it away. Didn't look at it again until this morning. And this morning I woke up to messages from him going, he goes, I think you need to put Rocky Horror on, because that's my ultimate thing, right? So Frankenfurter is my favorite character in the entire planet. Like, I have loved Dr. Frankenfurter since I was 9 years old. That's how long I've been watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show for.
Is Frankenfurter
The transvestite.
the like lead character?
He's the transvestite. Yeah, he's the doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone in my life, and I'm surprised that you don't know this, because I would have thought you...
There's Janet, and what's the other one's name?
Brad and Magenta.
Brad.
Columbia and all of that. Yep. So
when I finished high school, my friends dressed up as the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I've seen it live like over 15 times. I dress up.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it. I've been watching it since I was 9 years old. I'll be 37 in December. And even as I said to my father and stepmother, I was like, I've never felt like I have a parent. And I didn't realize until late last year or beginning of this year that I adopted Frankenfurter as my role model, which explains a lot about my weirdness in life. But anyway, my number one thing that I've said to everyone is, I hate to say this, but can you please lean back just a second, because we're nearly done, and yeah, that's better. He is my... Are you okay? Have you got something in your eye?
Yeah, I got something in my eye.
Oh, darling.
I've got it out.
Are you sure?
It's okay. Yeah.
All right.
Fixed it.
You're not looking so sure.
It's the lash. It's fine.
Okay. It's what was I going to say? So yeah, without fail, I have said to people, if I start getting cranky, whether it's sad, mad, whatever, any kind of emotional bullshit, the answer should always be put Frankenfurter on. Go and watch Frankenfurter. Sweet Transvestite is my absolute favorite song, character, whatever. And I didn't see the comment until this morning. And the problem is I don't always remember it myself, even though all my friends remember it. But by this point, I'd put the phone away, yeah? And it's funny because this week I had this, I was reading about ADHD and having body doubling and how it's, easier to get stuff done when there's someone else around. And I was reading about what we could use in place of someone if we didn't have someone. And someone mentioned having a cardboard cutout. And that's when I was like, oh my God, I want a life-size cardboard cutout of Frankenfurter. So if I get one of them, which I can from Officeworks for $130, right?
Seriously?
Full life-size cutout of whatever I want. I'm thinking I won't have to remember to put the song on when I start losing it, because I'll just be able to see him. And I, without fail, cannot do anything but smile and get all warm and fuzzy when I see Frankenfurter. So I'm starting to think having a cardboard cutout of him that's life-size might be really beneficial.
You'll have to move around the house so that you
Basically.
don't get fatigued by it. You know, those people that, you know, their kids are 43 and they still have the times tables on the back of their bathroom door because they don't even see it anymore. You're going to have to move it around so you still see it.
Oh, I would. Like, it's in my car. Like, the soundtrack to Rocky Horror is in my car. Like, as soon as I turn my car on, that's what I hear. Like,
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I don't know how
I
to
will,
react to that.
as a
You
homework
have to.
assignment, try to find it.
I have so many copies of it. It's
Your face just
unbelievable.
then was like, what?
I have multiple copies of the DVD. I've still got the VCR copy from when I was 10. I've got numerous
Aw.
copies of the soundtrack. I have seen it
Memories.
live, like I said, at least 15 different times. Like, without fail, it is my favorite movie in the whole world, and it always will
Was
be.
Susan Sarandon? Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, just talking about it makes me happy. So anyway, I just need to remember stuff like I don't know, like I always feel good
But
when
I like that. I'm gonna go back a couple of. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. If you want
Yeah,
to get a
no.
website, whatever, that's totally okay. But I love that. You know, one of the things we talk about is asking for what you need from your friends.
Yeah.
You know, and you've spoken to them and you've told him, you know, that I want an emotional response and I want these things, and maybe it's not in his nature to do that, but you've managed to find this communication about, I'm going to validate you and I'm going to give you what you need. And so you've told him, what I need is for you to direct me to Rocky Horror, and he's found a way of doing that. And it actually is a really beautiful example of really positive interpersonal communication between you and your
Oh,
friends.
I love that. He will be so happy to hear that. I'm going to tell him that, because honestly, like I said, like as soon as I saw the message this morning, I was like, oh, and he's like, you know what happens when you message me in these moods, because this is not even one, two, or the third time this has happened. Without fail, if I message him when I'm emotional, he's
I'm
logical,
going to
and
respond
I
like
don't
this.
like it.
And we don't want either one of you to really change who you are. I want you to still be emotional. I want him to still be logical, but you found a way of happy communication of, this is what you need. I validate that, go. And I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah, I do
You've asked
too.
for what you want and he's been able to find it and do it as well. And I hope that you have a similar thing that you do for him when he needs you.
Oh, I do. I'm there. He knows that. Like, we've
Good.
been friends. We're philosophy friends. He'll be graduating the end of this year. Lucky him.
Congratulations. Yes.
Yes. Oh my God. I know we got to finish up soon, but I did the Bachelor of Art, like the arts honors information session on Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
So I think I've explained to you, I've been invited to apply for philosophy honours several times now. So I thought attending the information session would be a really good idea, because obviously I've got the grades, but I didn't really know what any of it actually involved.
And what do I have to do and what does it look like in practicality?
So I'm really glad that I've done it now, when I've still got the rest of the year, because I still have my last three. Oh,
Sorry.
what is that?
No,
I've
that iPhone. It's meant to be on silent. Sorry.
I've still got the last 3 units of this degree to do, right? And I contemplated adding the very last one to T3 and doing two at once, and then I thought, no, I've had to get extensions just on this one. That would be dumb. It'll just hurt my brain even more. So I'm keeping it as is. I'm going to take my time, especially, hopefully I'll get a client, whether it's this one or another one. Anyway, I did the information centre, and my golly gosh, am I happy I did, because I did not know that it involved this. To apply, I'm reading, I literally wrote it all in my diary. To even apply for philosophy honours, hurt my brain, I tell you what, not only is it an application, with all the grades, but we've been told that we actually need to with the application, we need to have a proposal, and it needs to have 10 sources and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, wait, what? And I'm like, wait, I need to have a proposal with 10 sources just to apply for the degree. And so they said that there's the 2 units and the thesis for each trimester. Each thesis is 14 to 16,000 words, which the woman was like, I can understand that's probably going to like sound really excessive and freak everybody out. She's like, so I just want you to think about it like 4 chapters based on the size of a 3rd year essay. So that sort of helped. But with the proposal, she was like, what you need to do, and again, so happy I've got the year to think about it. She's like, you need to think about what it is you want to do. She's like, because you will be spending so much time working on this, it has to actually truly mean something to you. We can't do it over T3, which is, so either she said full-time is better, but I would automatically do part-time. But she was like, think of something that makes you really passionate, go to whatever the teacher is in that unit. So find out if they're willing to be a supervisor. So like, and she goes, what you need to do is really think this all through. She goes, you can start working on the stuff in your own time by starting the readings, because obviously you need so many. I've got like 20 freaking references for my stupid 2000 paper as it is. Yeah. But so I don't know what I want like to do specifically, but obviously with my spirituality and my what I believe in and all of that stuff, like my intuitive initial thought is my favorite philosophy unit has always been happiness and the good life. And I absolutely loved my teacher in that class. And I plan on applying back down in Geelong because...
Is it like a research, like a study, or is it just a like are you trying to test a hypothesis? Or
no, like it's a proper research. Like if research you think thesis. That the
why don't you do something about storytelling, happiness, and outcomes?
Because I didn't think of that, but I shall write that down. Because like I said, I've never done a thesis.
What you just said is that you like, what is it, happiness and what now?
Philosophy, happiness, and the good life.
And the good life. So happiness and the good life, combine it with the other passion in your life, which is storytelling. What can we come up with like a research department, a research question? Okay, does storytelling or coping strategies using narrative work result in more positive outcomes and improve quality of life?
I'm so glad I recalled all this stuff, because I didn't get that fast enough, so I'll be able to write it down when I watch again. But yeah, no, that's awesome.
These are things that you're passionate about, that you love, that you will research to the nth degree anyway.
Oh, absolutely. My end goal is still that state. Well, yeah, that's what she said. She's like, if you don't choose something you absolutely love, it will become very difficult to do.
Tell me about it. I did too in my time, and that was enough.
Well, we have to do 1 per trimester, so we have to do 2 16,000-word fucking thesis, not just 1. So, yeah, okay, I didn't see... As soon as I start going into the nitty-gritty of stuff, that's when my brain just goes, well, I'm out of here.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know.
Listen, your word count will be higher, so you won't be in this situation now.
That's the one thing I'm really good at, is I don't have to worry about ever being under word count, because, But I'm feeling so much better. So for the end of today, all I plan to do is change the linen on my bed. And
the dog?
Oh yeah, he's there.
I know, I can see him. Hello.
He's a good boy. I've got messages from my pharmacist because I ordered in stuff, so I'm going to have to pick that up. And even though I really don't want to go out, I'm thinking I might do that and go and get my treat for Macca's and just... Yep, I'm feeling good though. I'm feeling really good.
Some chicken nuggets or something.
I don't eat chicken nuggets, woman.
I know.
Oh, you mean boss? Oh no. Sorry. Oh, he gets treats, don't you worry. He's a very spoiled dog for sure.
Good.
So yeah, I was meant to see a friend this weekend, but she's not well. But that's okay. Oh, it is what it is. I'm feeling good. I've started watching The Devil in Ohio on Netflix. So good, by the way, if you need something to watch.
Yeah, I'm halfway through the first episode. That's how far I got so far.
Yeah, it's good. And God's Favorite Idiot, I watched that in like 2 days. That was awesome. But yeah, no, I'm feeling good, like I said. My friend and I, who I've talked about, we're just going to do a read through. The only thing I don't know if you can tell me the answer or not, but with the variables, should I always capitalize them or does it not matter? Say, for example, I'm talking about negative effect. That's one of the variables in my assignment.
Oh my God, look, it's been a long time since I've done professional writing because clinicians who have been traumatized by their research projects.
Yeah, true.
We're getting looked it out, Liv. Can't help.
No, all good. I'm getting confused, but I'm like, oh, it's fine. I'll figure it out. But other than that, I'm feeling good. And I do plan on coming in. The only reason I really just need a stand that will allow me to film properly in your office. So
either way.
But yeah. But say hello to everyone for me, please.
I will.
And have fun running group.
Yeah, drilling.
No,
it'll be great.
Nah,
I'll see you soon, kid.
Yes, you will. Have a nice one. Bye, darling.
Bye.
Bye. Well, there's another therapy session done. I very much appreciate my psychologist. It's vitally important, I will say to all of you out there, that if you are thinking about undertaking therapy with a psychologist or counsellor, psychiatrist, whoever it might be, that you do find one that gels well with you. And yeah, I'm feeling really good. Yesterday, as I've said, I slept most of the day and I did get sad and cranky, but that was because of how exhausted I was. I'm feeling a lot better about everything, and yeah, I'm going to do a read through of what I'm doing, and that's it for the day. Enjoy your day and weekend and everything, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.